Hey everyone, I'm Quinye and this is Quinvius. And I gotta say, it has truly been a while since I uploaded my last video. And I know you're all probably saying to yourself, Quinye, what is going on? Are you okay? We haven't heard from you in the past 2 months. And I gotta tell you, these past 2 months has been some of the most trying times of my life. When I tell you I had every emotion, I went through the emotions of anger, sadness, and just blank minded. And it all started October 8th. October 8th was just a regular day. We were just at home, just relaxing, chilling, and then around 2 o'clock, they cut off the power. They cut it off, just completely cut it off, and we had to deal with that for almost 2 months, like pretty much a month and a half. And it was really frustrating because when you go without electricity, that's hard. Some of y'all might think y'all can do without the electricity, but no, you can't. No, you can't, because in the modern world that we live in today, everything is reliant by electricity in some form. Cooking food, using the microwave. Like, I had to sit up here and eat soup for nearly 2 months. 2 months, all I ate was either soup, ravioli, or pasta. And the only way we could heat it up is that we had to use the stove. We had to use the stove. It was quite frustrating. It was upsetting. And due to the fact that the government was shut down during that time too, we had to wait until December 3rd to apply for LIHEAP that will assist us to help us get our lights back on. So for the past 2 months, me and my boyfriend, were just sitting here in the dark, no power, tethered by lanterns, having to use batteries, having to use battery packs, and it was just frustrating. It was just frustrating all the way. It really was. But, that's the sad reality of life, is that if you don't have the proper income to pay your bills, they're going to cut you off. They're going to cut you off, show you no mercy, and just be like, well, we don't care. All we know is that you got a bill past due that needs to be paid for, and you ain't paid us yet. So, lights, power going off. And then, on top of all of that, we had to deal with the neighbors. And when I tell you these neighbors got on our nerves, they seriously got on my nerves. I, in all my 27 years of living, have never dealt with neighbors that constantly scream, kick, yell, stomp, make the whole house rattle. I mean, it was just absolutely insane. And being that we were trying to be good neighbors, we tried to ignore it for as long as we can. But at some point, the cup ran it over. I just wanted to take it and just slosh it. So I literally took one of the cups from in the kitchen, started banging on the wall, and was like, just please just be quiet. Just please just stop. Just stop, stop, stop. Because this is ridiculous. They get up every single morning, yelling, screaming, stomping, throwing stuff on the ground, making the house rattle. And due to the fact that we live in row homes, whatever they do next door, we feel it over here. And that was just frustrating. That was just frustrating all on its own. I never knew that there could be neighbors out there that just, I don't know, that just do stuff like that. Like, why would you cause an disturbance? And it got so bad that we ended up having to call the police. Yes, we did. We had to call the police and be like, look, we got neighbors that all they do day and night is yell, scream, stomp, throw stuff on the ground, make the house rattle. And it's just very frustrating because all we trying to do is have peace. All we just trying to do is just go about our merry way and keep the peace and stuff. And then you got neighbors that want to act up. It's just horrible. It's just really, really horrible. And the police woman went next door and gave them a warning and was like, look now, we already got calls out here twice because another neighbor had to call the police on the other neighbors next door. So pretty much everybody in the neighborhood is sick of these neighbors. Pretty much. We all are just sick of them. We're tired of them every day and night. It's just constant stomping and screaming and yelling and hollering and making the house rattle, and it just do not make any sense. It just don't. Just do not make any sense. But anyway, the policewoman told her, look, if we gotta come out here one more time, we're gonna charge y'all for noise pollution. And ever since then, they've been keeping the peace, but don't know how long that's gonna last. But I mean, they been keeping the peace so far, and it's just, you know, on top of having to deal with no power because we don't have the proper income we need to pay our bills like we should efficiently. Because I know this is going to be hard to believe. I know y'all going to be saying to yourself, Quinye, what in the world? You mean to tell me that all this time you still don't have a job? And I mean, when you got people constantly asking you, do you have any job experience, going with somebody else, half of the time they don't even respond to your applications, or they act like you never even had an interview. That what happens. You just try what you can and hope for the best. But we, in all due honesty, we don't have efficient flow of income to pay our bills like we should. And my boyfriend, he's pretty much self-employed. He has his own construction business, but the people that hires him to do the bills, they don't pay him like they should. So we just trying to limp on by. But thankfully, December 4th came around, and mind you, on December 3rd, we called LIHEAP, and they said that they can give us enough money that would be enough to cut the power back on. But then the power company, they was slow dragging because they was like, well, we don't really know what to do because there's a high blockage on the bill, and we're not quite understanding what they're trying to do. So it was like for 2 days, yeah, 2 days, it was just back and forth between LIHEAP and the electric company. But eventually, we got the power back on, and I hollered. I just screamed and hollered because for 2 months we have dealt with no power, just eating soup, tethered to lights and battery packs, and it was just awful. It was just so awful. And I was getting worried because it's the end of the year, and this is around the time that my parents like to come and visit and see me for a couple of days. And I was saying to myself, oh no, my parents are coming in a couple of weeks at this point. Well, yeah, a couple of weeks, next few months at this point, and We don't have power, and I don't want them coming here being like, "Why y'all sitting here in the dark? Why don't y'all have electricity? What's going on? Why didn't you tell me?" Because I know my parents ain't got a nine thousand $9,000 to spare to pay for the light bill. That's how high the bill was because unfortunately, for the past couple of winters, we've been having to use space heaters, and space heaters rise up the bill. So unfortunately, that's that because the furnace in the basement is not working due to, of course, next door. So there you have it. But it was just frustrating all the way around, and you can't really do videos and upload videos when you don't have electricity. So that's why it's been a couple of months since I done a video. But it was just frustrating all the way around, just frustrating all the way around. Like some people say, "Oh, I can do without electricity. I can live like the people back in the olden days, and just rely on stove and kerosene heaters and the candles for lighting stuff." And you're gonna quickly say to yourself, "No, you can't. No, you can't, because everything, and when I mean everything in this day and age, relies on electricity. It relies on electricity. You can't do much of nothing without electricity. You can barely cook or eat anything because it all relies on electricity. I mean, you ain't gonna have nothing to refrigerate your food because that requires electricity. So we just been eating soups and raviolis. And then, at least with us having to deal with the neighbors, that was another frustration. And it was just boiling over. It's just boiling over. We tried. When I say we tried so hard to just ignore the neighbors, it got to a point where it was just ridiculous, unnecessary, and they just had no common courtesy. No common courtesy for the neighborhood, for their other neighbors. They just didn't. They just didn't. And the police woman seems to think that, well, it could be someone next door with a that has mental issues and stuff. When they don't get their way, they kick and scream and stuff. But I'm going to tell you this. Just because you have a mental issue, that does not excuse you to stomp, scream, and cause the house to rattle. That is not an excuse for you to act out. It's not. And furthermore, it is your caretaker responsibility to make sure that you are calm and not eradicated. That you are calm and collective, and not just losing your mind, basically. Because if if they make you that frustrated, then you need to just put them up somewhere. Just take them to a mental institution or wherever it is that you need to do. Because it doesn't make no sense that you are having them scream, yell, stomp, and just causing the house to rattle. And me and my boyfriend, we truly do think that that's not the case, because it's always the same person that yells, screams, kick, and make the house rattle. It's always the same person. It really, really is. And that's just the truly frustrated part of it all. On top of not having electricity for 2 months. And so that's basically what I've been through. And now that we got the power back on, we're gonna decorate, and we're gonna clean up for my parents' visit and stuff. And yeah. So that's basically what I've been through these past couple of months. That's why I haven't been uploading like I should. I haven't even been making videos like I should, because I really couldn't charge my tablet like I wanted to, because the battery packs only last but for so long, and plus didn't have proper lighting to even record a video. So yeah, that's what what I've been through for the past couple of months. And I truly hope that in the new year, me and my boyfriend won't have to go through something like this. The only reason the power should be off is because of some kind of storm or electrical issue, not because of a past bill. That's the only time the power should be off. So, yes, I'm going to try to get back and making videos more periodically and get back to the groove of things. And, because I miss making videos. I really, really do. And then, I'm not going to lie, there are times where it's like, I have to really try to push myself to do videos. And it just, just be up in the air sometimes. And by the time by the time I do get that, that push to make a video is too late and stuff. And it's just, yeah. So that's that. So yeah. So that's that. We've been without electricity for 2 months and we had to deal with rowdy neighbors. So hopefully I can get back to the swing of things and make videos again and so yeah. So that's that. Okay, thanks for watching. If you like this video and want to see more, please click the subscribe button below. And I'll see you guys next time on another video. Oh, and before I go, I should mention that this is probably the longest video I've ever made at this point because there was such a lot to unpack and tell you all because I haven't recorded in over 2 months, and a lot has happened since then. And also on the also on the second, we had snow, so that's another frustration for me because I do like to go walk, but ain't go walk when it's snowing because I'm liable to slide and fall like I did that one time. Walking to the bus stop, made it to the the last corner before you get to the bus stop. Little patch of ice, fell and broke my umbrella. But I guess that is what it is because it is winter and it is December and it does snow and unfortunately we having an early cold snap that pushed all the Arctic air into the northern part of the United States and that's what's causing all of this snow to happen so early. But yeah, but anyways, thanks for watching. If you like this video and you want to see more, please click the subscribe button below. And I'll see you guys next time on another video. Okay, bye. Da, 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 da.